At this time, we would like to acknowledge the passing of a former Carson County employee. His name is Mr. Daryl Edwards. He resides in the Glenwood area, and we understand his funeral is being held today. Murray and Tom and Cam mentioned that to us, and we just like to acknowledge that. Is there any words you'd like to add to that, Tom or Murray? Cam?
Yeah, just as someone who's represented Division 4 for quite a while, Daryl was my grader operator for I think around 20 years. I think he worked for the county, and yeah, his dedication to his job. He served actually many years as a Village of Glenwood councillor, so he's really a community-minded person. And just his wife's family is one of the pioneer families in my area. Daryl actually was born in Australia and then came over here as a little kid, and they settled the Wrentham Sterling area. That's where he grew up. And anyway, just one of the pillars of our community that's passed away. Just I'd like to acknowledge his service not only to the county but also to his where he resided, the Village of Glenwood, and to his church and his communities.
Thank you, Cam. Mike?
Mr. Chairman, just to add to what Cam said, I had the opportunity to work with Daryl when I was the planner in the Village of Glenwood. I was working on a land use bylaw there, and I also had an awful lot of exposure with his wife here, Janet, here's the administrator in Hillspring. So unfortunately, Daryl had been sick for quite a while here, and he was a member of our board a number of years ago at Old Man River, and I like to speak very highly of him and recognize his efforts here for not only the village here, but for Carson County as an employee.
Thank you. Why don't we take a moment here as we reflect the life of Daryl and just pause for a moment of silence. Thank you. We'll carry on with our meeting today. What we'll do at this time is we'll recess the council meeting in order to conduct the Municipal Planning Commission, and I'll turn the balance over here to the Deputy Reeve Bevins. Why don't we reconvene and jump back into our council meeting? And
Did you close the public hearing?
yeah, we closed the public hearing. That means that we can go back to item 4, consider that completed. Where we're at. That is completed. We'll move to item, and I'll share with you guys what I collected before the meeting here. We were going to invite Councillor Bevins wanted Stephen Bevins to be present for item 9.4. Murray, is that what the plan?
Yeah, we wanted to get Steve to come up here.
Okay, flipping the page, I'll go over to additional items. Councillor Harris has a topic he wants to bring up regarding the Del Bonito water truck at the request of the McGrath Emergency Services. Councillor Nish has a matter regarding the Moses Lake cleanup and also a Kimball Park water connection. Under our closed session, we wanted to include item 17.4, just a concluding discussion on that water license discussion we were having on the email. And 17.5, Councillor Baker, just a a private discussion regarding some issues with the Cardston Hospital, the future Cardston Hospital. Is that accurate? Was there anything else? If not, can we have a motion to adopt the agenda as amended? Thank you very much. Any other discussion? Those in favor? Carried. Adoption of the minutes. Our last meeting was April 13th, and I'm going to pull up the minutes, Taylor, because when I was reading them, I found something that I need clarification on. Let me find it here. If you go to the boarded, was that under Sage or Southwest? It said Southwest. Is that right, or is it supposed to be Sage?
So, Southwest is the concrete. and
Southwest
Sage is-
Sage is the
They're both the same, aren't they?
separate companies.
Separate.
Yeah, same owner, separate companies.
So it should be Sage then.
It should be Sage.
And my other question was that the measurement we were going with cubic yards, or is that how Matt wanted that written?
Well, we do cubic yards, that's the price for cubic yards. Cubic meters would be a little lower. But so we set it up cubic yards always, and then he does this stuff.
Cubic meters.
But yeah, but
Be bigger.
More
Yes,
proportional, right?
yeah,
So show me where I'm at then, because in here it says,
11.4.
yeah, but the one I'm
No.
talking about, Southwest.
The tender.
That was all I found. Was there anything else?
Yeah, just one thing, 15.2, it's not a correction, it just needs to be actually added to this agenda. It's the resolution said, or the motion at the time, that this resolution be brought back to the next meeting, is what it says.
Yeah, and that was my mistake. I didn't get to it in time until after the agenda, so it's already done. It's just on the next one,
For,
May 7th.
oh, okay,
I didn't get it written in time until I had the agenda open, so I just.
okay, I mean, we could just add it, it's pretty simple, but yeah.
We could add it to this one.
Yeah.
Good. Pull out the resolution and.
Whatever.
Your
I-
choice.
Yeah, I know the town of Carson has already passed this resolution, so.
Well, I can print them off on lunch and bring it forward.
Oh, which is this? You're talking about, Kim?
Just for sleeper.
Okay.
Okay, with those corrections, was there anything else? Councilor Harris has moved that we adopt those minutes as amended. Those in favor? Carried. Under items 7 and 8, was there anything to be brought forward? Business arising from minutes and or unfinished business?
Yes.
Councilor Nish?
I guess it would fall under that. I just wonder what the status is of our signs and when they will be erected.
Murray can give us an update on that.
I don't know when the signs will be done. They've been ordered. Vinci signs, they'll have them done. I don't know when. They never told me a date on it. I did mark the locations. So if anybody took a look. I did see Steve was out there seating, so one of the stakes is down, but
I looked and I took pictures and I sent something to Wayne. Roger, have you seen where those stakes are that Murray put out for our signage? If you go to Lethbridge, you'll see he's got an area where he wants to see the sign go up, and I thought it was that's fun.
yeah, and if you look at that, we're also, Joe and Steve were down there in the park area that we're doing. We're gonna put some trees in there. We're gonna build a little walk path over the drainage thing. So we're gonna try to make it.
And that includes all the councilors, not just the locals in the Grath area. Have a look if you wanna have a look what we're doing over
I
there.
saw that they smoothed it up nicely and it's reseated. It looks good.
All right, well, I anticipate that being completed. I think what I'll do at this point then is, we have Mike and Tracy in our midst still, and I don't know if they want to hang around forever with the rest of our discussion, but coming up later in our meeting under item 13.1 and 2. Mike, if you want to comment on any of that before you go, feel free to.
Mr. Chairman.
Regarding a couple of proposed subdivisions that are
Yeah.
coming up.
Mr. Chairman, there's actually 3 matters that, with your permission, I'd like to maybe address. Tracy's a very busy lady here, and she's got an appointment to meet here with the town of Cardston here a little later today here with Jeff. And she has another meeting again scheduled at 4:00 here, so we gotta work around a very busy schedule. The first thing is item 9.1, which is the next thing on your agenda, Mr. Chairman, about municipal reserve. And then I'd like to talk to you just briefly about these 2 subdivisions that are coming up for first reading, okay? And then I'll dismiss myself here.
So you're okay if we just follow right into 9.1?
Yeah, 9.1, and then if we could jump to 13
I
here.
didn't know. Well, why don't we go ahead and do that?
Okay.
Murray collected some information regarding the dollar amount for our municipal reserves. You got a comparable. The closest one looks like it was the end of Willow Creek. Is that right, in the Fort McLeod area?
Yes.
And it's substantially more than
Yeah.
ours is right now.
So when I talked to the CAOs, all of them just do a reserve amount set by their planner or their assessor. So they're all comparable to that amount of Willow Creek. So, we're looking at 3,500 for ourselves. They're at that, let's say $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, depending on the area. He's trying to find the toxin.
I remember, Mike, you had your hand up.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman. Now, this is really, really important, okay? Because it's all based on timing. You guys have a flat rate, which when I'm writing up your comments, it's pretty easy for me to insert as to what the reserve will be. You got to remember, when we make a decision, like the one we did today here earlier on that I presented, and we had municipal reserve on the 5 acres at $3,500. It was half an acre, so it's $1,750. We have to make the applicant aware of what the reserve is going to be at the time when we make the decision. We just can't say 10% payable based on the assessor's information and leave it at that, because a lot of these guys don't get around to finalizing their subdivision for 5 or 6 months, and the appeal period is only 30 days. If they're going to be appealing this subdivision because of the reserve, they need to know what that value is at the time we make the decision. So the big thing about us using the assessor is that when I get a subdivision, that day I have to get a hold of your assessor and I say, I need a reserve value within a week. So that when I do my resolution, I put it in front of you, and the guy says it's $5,000 an acre, you guys need to know that, and that has to be part of your resolution. So there has to be some serious coordination between our subdivision office, myself, and your assessor, where we can get an expedient answer, an expedited answer here on the reserve, because that has to appear in the decision. We can't just pull this out and say the reserve as established by our municipal assessor. There has to be something that has to happen quick and real quick. Put that in front of you guys, and then the applicant here is aware of that at the time the decision's conveyed.
You always convey that in
Exactly.
write-ups.
Exactly. So
I think we did want to set a flat rate. We just wanted to know if we needed to update.
that's where I'm gonna go with this thing. I would rather see you guys do a flat rate and bump it up. Because LeGrand, you brought this up. And I just said the price of land went up 9% and 9% here. So again, we gotta be fair. You don't want to rip the guy off or anything else, but it is what it is. Land's going up. But if you guys did a flat rate, it'd be easier than waiting on the assessor, and if the assessor's on holidays, then we gotta put subdivision on hold, and we have a mandated time here to make decisions, right?
Our current system's working when we have the number printed.
Yeah, we just wanted to.
I
just always assumed that if we set that, we set it in January, that would be the year.
Yeah.
We could,
yes.
Tom, if you'll allow me, Tom, I want to echo what you said at our last meeting. Correct me if I'm wrong. We need to be cautious here because whatever we do, we might dissuade some people because of the cost involved in subdivision. Is that?
Yeah, that's basically what I said.
So that's what we're trying to weigh out here. If we do increase, we gotta think of the ramifications, but we also need to be kind of current. Mike.
Mr. Chairman, I'm of the opinion that we'd like to make informed decisions around this table. And what I would think here we should be doing is getting a hold of our assessor and finding out what land prices are in certain areas of municipality again. And then look at where they are and establish the values based on some expert opinion here, rather than pulling a number out of a hat and say, hopefully we're close. It wouldn't hurt to have an idea here from the guys that have the expertise.
If we do that, I think 3,500 would go up double, but not. Like their valuation, I don't know if we want to do their evaluation, you know.
But
The thing about it, I think, Mike, we're just gathering info. Good info makes better
Yeah.
decisions. And, you know, even when we did the 3,500, that wasn't what land was going for. That's just what we settled on.
That's right. We
So,
still-
so if we get the report, then we can decide what, maybe it's 4, maybe it's 5, I don't know. But I mean, obviously, we're not trying to gouge everyone,
No.
but there needs to be some
the big
fairness.
thing is if you got a report from your assessor, and let's say it's $7,000 an acre, and you decide on 5, the guy comes in and says 5, well, here's the report we got from our assessor, said we should be charging you 7. So again, you've got some information to fall back on, but I can't think we can pull a number out of our hat here really at this point.
How many subdivisions do you currently have pending?
Okay, well, we have 2 we did today, and I got about 3 more in the pipeline right now. And we can say as of, let's say, July the 1st, this is the figure that we're gonna use or whatever it is, and I can convey that. Stuff that's in the pipeline, we'll let it run through. We'll do a drop dead date here after one of the last meetings of the month. And the following month, we don't have a meeting till the 4th Monday, and that's when the new value would come in. And then these guys that come in will just say, look, if you make an application, this is the value at this time. But please be advised, the county here is going to bring a new value in as of a certain date. And then we can make them aware that way.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we refer this back to administration to get a evaluation from our assessor for our next council meeting, so that we can make an informed decision on what we would like to charge for municipal reserve.
And you see that stuff you got from Willow Creek, those guys are all over the map here. You're at 3,000 some places and you're $6,100 in other places. Like that's a big swing, you know?
I was shocked that their numbers were that low, honestly.
Well, this is 2024 also, so they haven't
Sure.
changed it since then.
Yeah.
And before we had just the 2, we did have 3 and close 4 at one time. And council just went to making it simpler at 3,500 across the board, except for Del Nita. But I can get the
If you're
assessor.
willing, Marie, we pay a lofty sum each year to our assessors. Might as well get a little more information.
Yep. Just from administration's point, remember, this is the funds that is to go for those things that we have to generate. We're not like a town where, you know, you gotta build a fire or anything, or school, but these funds do go for a purpose, recreation. So,
We get asked about.
A lot.
yes,
And we're spending it. We're supposed to.
Question, Mr. Chairman, the council made the comment of if we change the price, it won't take effect till January. Is that?
Well, whatever we decide, really.
You guys set the date of when you'd want that to happen? As Mike was saying, June 1st, let's say.
Yeah,
guess
so
that's
if we
it.
decide, say, next meeting to either, let's say we increase it to whatever, that would be effective as of,
July.
we can say then,
You can say.
We'll make that.
July 1st or August 1st or whatever.
But I think
Okay.
Wayne was kind of getting, that's not a bad idea. Maybe January 1st every year, we reconsider it and
Well,
we can set that.
Yeah, and I would agree with that we should at least look at it annually. Yeah.
Today it's worth this. Next week it's worth
Yeah,
this.
no,
We've got a set price.
yeah, I agree. But I think if we change it, we shouldn't wait till January
No.
to up the price, but
We should review it every-
yeah, thereafter,
Leave it or-
Yeah. I'd support that 100%. And I support Councilor Nish's motion to collect a little more information, and I know I have my own thoughts and feelings, but let's find out and then we can decide informed.
I like the idea of reviewing it every January. I think that, it's, land values are high now. You never know what governments are gonna do in the future. It may, I know in my lifetime, I saw land go to $1,500 an acre, and then I seen it go back down to $500 an acre. So I think reviewing it in January gives us the ability to move with what the value of the land is.
I don't think we've adjusted our price for some time.
2 years.
I think it's a timely discussion. There's a land deal going down amongst some of my family right now. And we're talking about what the land's worth in my area, and it's happening right now. And it's not 3,500.
So.
I'm trying to get in on it.
You got the camera running?
We need to put these away because, I'm in a meeting and, what have you always said, Mike? They're not making any more land. And if this goes to the neighbor, it'll be gone forever.
It's
And-
just like
and the
we
neighbor is a
talked about
large
the Hutter
holding,
acre.
right?
Yeah, once they get it, God's not making any more land. So it's a finite resource.
That's right. Okay, so there's a motion on the table. Councilor Nish has made that motion. Murray, we're gonna task you to collect more information on this.
Yep, I've got it down. I can do it.
Those in favor? Carried. All right, the other matters were, some
13
commentary on 13.
13.1 or 13.3. Mr. Chairman, I always say here it's only going to take 5 minutes, and why is I always waste your time for half an hour, I'm going to try to be really, really quick here if I can. But there's two subdivisions that are two land use bylaw proposals that you guys are considered for first reading. The first one is from a fellow by the name of Lee Stringham. I've had a number of discussions with Councilor Harris about this, as well as Randy Smith from Wild Brothers. This fella here has 70 acres here, and because of Bob Rice creating that subdivision just north of him and was able to sell the 4 10-acre parcels relatively quickly from that subdivision we did in 2024. Mr. Stringham would like to move and get in on some of this money here as well. So we did 4 10s just north of this fella. This guy's looking at now, he's got 70 acres. He's been advised about the municipal reserve requirements. So he wants to do 4 7.5 parcels. So that means 4 times 7.5 is 30 acres, and then leave a 40 in the back. And at under 663 of the act, we don't take municipal reserve on 40 acres or greater. So you won't pay on that 40, but you'll pay on the 4 7.5 acre parcels based on a value that may or may not go up depending on when we get the application. So he wants to rezone this land to two different zones. One is rural small holdings with 40 acres in the back, and this would be group country residential. Joe's got a proposal together, very definitive here, very detailed, for you guys to move ahead and get first reading, and then we'll go to public hearing and get this in front of the
So Mike,
people.
those 4 parcels were 10s again?
No, the parcels to the north are what do you call it, Bob Rice's.
Yeah, those
So
are 10s.
those are 10s. Because you wanted to keep that 40-acre piece in the back, he's jumped this back down to only 7.5. He's got 70 acres there. So 40 in the back leaves him 30 to work with. So we're going to take, they'll just be a little smaller than Bob Rice's.
So this is a continuation, like if this happens, the subdivision kind of works off of each other a little bit.
By all means, here, they're feeding off of this, and Councilor Francis indicated, how much traffic we're going to generate. Maybe when we get the subdivision, at the time we do a development agreement, we'll look at shared approaches. Instead of 4, maybe we'll do 2 common approaches, one that'll go to the north lot, one will go to the south lot, and limit the number of accesses onto that north-south county road.
13.3, Mike, is another request for multiple parcels again.
Yeah, this one here is a family affair, Mr. Chairman. We got Seth Jacobs give me a call. That's Royce's nephew. Pardon me. And then he is Jeff Jacobs' son.
Royce's son.
Royce's son. I am sorry. Seth is Jeff's son.
Jeff's
Okay.
grandson.
Seth phoned me and he said, we've got a parcel out here. And I said, yes, you do. This was created here in 1989. We did another subdivision on the 10 acres and split it into a 3 and a 7. So when you see those numbers and it says 9912, that means that was the year that subdivision was registered, 1991, 1999, and 1 means in the Calgary Land Titles Office. So we did subdivision to create a 3 and a 7. I was approached by Seth here and he wanted to subdivide that 7 acres into 3 2 and a third acre parcels. And I said, Seth, based on our land use bylaw, we can't give you that size of parcel unless you guys as an MPC would waive the thing. It's a 3 acre minimum. So he's decided here to rezone the 7 acres, the group country residential, and take out an additional 6 acres to the west, as you can see in that diagram. So there'd be a building place for Seth and one for the sister here. So I said, you're going to need to rezone anyways. If you're going to rezone 3, you might as well rezone 4. And the whole family's going to be out there, mom and dad and the kids and the brothers and sisters and everybody else here. Again, taking plan here, brought this forward, refine this matter for you guys now to get first reading. And we'll, if this is successful, we'll go to a public hearing and may see a subdivision at a later date.
So there's also other forms of calling, right?
I'm not saying a word.
This guy. This is Wayne's division, northwest of McGrath, called Happy Valley. It's up
It's going up towards the turbines, just below the turbines there.
below the turbines and to the north.
Townships.
Well, that's the name of the farm. Like Jeff Jacobs is living on Aubrey's grandfather's place.
Yeah, that's the one.
So it's a pretty substantial area structure plan is provided.
He met the requirement, Cam.
Yeah, and then the 6 acres on the north end of there is gonna get split into 2. Lots created.
If you go out
All
there,
minimum.
this is quite an interesting sheep production facility. Like he's got world-class sheep there, and they produce wool out there, and they make these saddle blankets. That's quite the business. Like they're marketing this across the United States everywhere. Those thick saddle pads,
Yep.
they're the wool coming from their sheep. Anyway,
Chairman, that's all I have to say. Said you're trying to keep it under 5 minutes for change.
well, thank you. Thanks for the heads up on these. Thank you, Tracy, for being with us today. And I think you should support the local economy, Mike, on your way out. I think you should buy Tracy a beverage of her choice. What did she get? Seeing how you're riding together.
Get the town to buy it for you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Tracy. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, what's yours?
Mr. Chairman, in a pause, quick note comment on Stringham. There's no H in his name. Lee,
String.
so typing for whoever.
You sure about that?
Yes, I am. Yes,
See your friend or?
rental deal with him.
Oh, yeah. It's string can.
Yeah, you're right, 'cause it's
Yep, no H in his name.
Okay, thank you for that.
In my defense, in the application, there is an H,
Well,
but it was written by Randy Smith.
yeah, exactly. And I noticed that. Yeah. I did notice that. What?
But there is no. Anyway, make a change. Okay,
Just so that the records are straight, so you know who he is.
moving along, brings us to item 9.2. Council to consider approving an increase to the annual fee. And the ground I was looking at it, you're the one bringing this information to us, and it amounts to $1,900. And the city of Lethbridge has a veto on this. How does this work? I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I think the thing that I want to, well, as a board, our last meeting, that motion was presented and it was carried at that meeting. I think the one thing I want to point out, you look at that next chart, Murray, please, so everybody can see that one. Back in get back here. Yeah, 2020, that was at 817, which was COVID time. For whatever reason, they decided, I guess because everything was so shut down anyway, they themselves lowered it down to 776. And they've stuck there since. They've cut and cut and cut, and they're losing money. And so they're operating at less than where it was in 2018 for what, 8-9 years now. So they're to the point of they've either got to have some more money or they're going to start cutting services like crazy.
Did
So
Jerry say they passed? You guys passed the motion?
Yes, as the board, they passed that motion, but for it to become effective, it requires, number one, the city of Lethbridge has to okay it. And number two, it requires, and I can't remember how many counties of the total to ratify it. And so, of course, they're looking for our vote as a council to approve it.
So, seeing that, does Lethbridge attend these?
Oh, yes, they have.
Okay, because they threatened in the past to pull out.
Nope.
Did they do that over this?
No,
Okay.
the Lethbridge individual that is on, that was on council, he is all for the approval, and he's fought with his council, but his council so far are opposing it, but they have a meeting coming up, whatever date I wrote on there, I don't remember. Right quick. Yeah, there you go, right there. So that's, will be on their agenda that day to vote on that motion to approve or disapprove, and Of course, they're looking for any support. My own feeling from being there and what I know and see, I think we should approve it. You know, they're operating on 8-year-old funds or price way back. Had they not, for whatever reason, they decided on their own to lower it back in 2020, would have been at 817, you know, from 2020 on. So they're just trying to get back to where they can operate. And I, as a part of this council, I'll make the motion that we approve it. And I think we should, I guess maybe I've said enough. I don't know what else I can say. I mean, yes. Yeah. And it would raise a whole 41 cents an individual, which are $1,800. Yeah.
So when you go to those meetings, in the past, we've had their CAO, I think his name is Robin. Is he still the one in charge
Yes.
there?
Yes.
He was bringing these recommendations forward.
Mm-hmm.
Can we afford 1991 is the question. The grant is suggesting that we do so. Is it a benefit? Libraries, we've included, Wayne, you were asking about this the other day. We've upped our funding in all of the libraries, and this is a library that kind of works with all of ours, right? And they all trade in between themselves, and
Well, this list there is all of the
yeah.
jurisdictions that are part of this Chinook Library.
Any commentary on what's being requested here?
All the library. Something back for our investment there, and to pick up around, they deliver stuff, you know, it's quite involved in.
I can see the number now, Cam, on the city of Lethbridge. I can understand it. Yeah, they should have the veto.
Yeah. I know personally, my wife and I use the library a lot. It's a good resource, especially I think to the older population who grew up with libraries, not a cell phone. I support it.
Wayne, is your work as one of the library managers there in McGrath?
She was on the board though.
Okay.
I always in my mind thought with technology, the use of libraries would go down. But they said it's increased with the technology.
Point out, just for instance sake. Look at all the populations, there's a lot of municipalities bigger than population. Just looking at the Vulcan thing, and they got so much more assessment in there. And such a population. Yes.
You know, and 41 cents in your mill rate, how much would your mill rate change to go 41 cents a person? I don't know. It'd be very minimal.
0.00000.
Yeah, it's $2,000. I would rip out it in there.
Well, and I'm saying even for Lethbridge, what would their mill rate change for that 41 cents? Almost nothing. I mean, yeah, total dollars, there's a lot, but they have a lot more to draw from too. You know, you know,
This would be above and beyond your budgeted numbers.
No, this is for
Oh, next year, 27. That's right. Okay. Motion on the table. I believe it came from this direction. Any other discussion? Those in favor? Unanimous support, LeGrand. Thanks for your representation there. We're helping out. We're at not a major cost to the county. This next one, Murray, at 9.3 is more of a cost to the county. When I look at $5,000 to host a agricultural day.
So, if, Mr. Chairman, I mean, the presentation's in there, but they came and presented to our last Ag Service Board. They're trying to promote agriculture. You guys, Lorena and Roger can correct me if I missed something, but basically they're trying to make this a new annual event. Heritage Days is more the town of Carson's baby. They kind of wanted Carson County to take this over. So
This would be kind of our sponsorship.
correct.
Completely.
Well, they're trying to get other sponsors, but their ask was for sponsorship of the supper. So
And would they execute an event this year? If it's
that's their hope.
Yes, that was coming up.
I mean, the presentation, they're trying to bite off a big bite here, and I don't know. After I went home from my Ag Service Board, and we voted to just send it to us. Obviously, it's a money matter, has to be a council, but I don't even mind following our current community donations policy and give them $1,000, right? Because that's our maximum. So it's helping with the dinner.
I could support that,
And
but I don't know if I can do this.
no,
I can
and
do all of it.
so, and we're sponsoring it. What they were hoping is like a free supper, and I don't know about that, but we listened and we said we'd bring it here. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter. So we followed the community donations policy, which is 10% of our $10,000. So, and if you're looking for a motion, I'm willing to sponsor that. So.
I can support the motion as well. I'm thankful that you're bringing forward that community donation policy. We have that for a reason. It's
Is this the Carson Ag Society or is it somebody
oh,
gonna say if it's like the full 5,000, that's more for that than we give other round side. I can vote for your motion.
All we said we'd bring it here, and the more I thought about it, the more I thought if we just follow our policy, we're pretty safe all the way around. And
just that,
they did. I did ask if there's opportunities for us to serve at the dinner. Maybe that's an opportunity we can do there too. Give a little bit of our time there too. So
just out of curiosity, who are the presenters that came to your ASB? Who were they? Was it the
Dylan Wolf. Can't remember the other fellow's name right now.
But they're from the
They're
Cardston-
on the Ag Society
Society.
board, yeah.
great ideas. I think it could be a good thing. I said it was a big event they're trying to pull off. Hopefully they can even do half of it. So, but like I said, I think we should just follow our community donations policy on this one. So.
Not really, no. Okay.
I-
I mean, if there is, I think that we could, we can get our fire truck fixed up for barbecue and send it over to do all the cooking.
I remember Dylan Wolf's been in this council chambers before with the Cardston Ag Society. All right, motion on the table to approve 1,000 to go to this day.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Murray, if we spend 1,000, are we're still pretty good for
that's our policy.
We're still good.
money wise.
The question I have is, do they know they're doing it yet? Should we just send the money or should we hold it until, or send a letter saying we're
Make sure that it's
committed,
going to happen.
but make sure they're going to proceed with?
I would think that would be smart, that we've, let them, give them a letter that we've approved that if the event goes ahead.
Hey, Taylor says just hold on to that and then we'll hold on to the check from Mike.
I think that's a reasonable way
Yeah,
of going about.
rather than just sending the money and then them not doing it. I mean, yeah.
Okay, those in favor. Motion was carried. You must have been listening to us, Stephen, because we're right on the 2% strychnine topic.
On top of things.
So according to Murray this morning, the rollout of this might have some hoops to jump through. How is this all going to work out? I know that there's a mixed review with strychnine. A lot of we campaign for it. There's some people that don't like it in Carson County, if you notice what they're saying online. But why don't you go ahead and brief us on the matter?
Well, we mentioned the training. Just went through the training on Thursday, and here's what they're saying we have to do. You have to be 18 years of older. You have to be on land titles to put the product out. You have to put up signs at all access points, date and time. There's a monitoring sheet you have to fill out. So after you put it out, you have to go out. If it's a bad infestation, you got to go out twice a day for a week, gather up deads, document the temperature, the wind, everything's documented. So twice a week for the first week, and then once every week thereafter for 3 weeks. Anything that's dead or is brought back is buried 18 inches or deeper. You have to any bottles that you have, like empty bottles, need to be rinsed out 3 times. The rinsate has to be buried in the ground, and the bottles brought back to us. So then you know how many bottles are given out, how many bottles come back. That way there's no storage of them. You sign the papers. There's a management plan. There's all the three forms you got to fill out. We have to put our name to it. They got to put their name to it. And I asked the question, so at what point are we off the hook? Like, because our name is on it. We help them fill out the plan if they can't figure it out. And they basically said, well, the investigation will determine if you're liable or not. So they didn't really tell us we were off the hook. So is some liability there. And then if we bring strychnine in and no one wants it because of the regulations and everything behind it, we're stuck with it and we don't get reimbursed when they ask for it back. So I'm a little
expensive.
Yeah, they said last time we sold it was, I think, $11.50 to $12 a bottle. He did say it won't be double, but it'd be close to it. And then they said one bottle will do one bottle should do 1 acre. And I was like, you have no idea how much it's going to do until you see a field. So
it's double the price.
Close to, yeah.
Rules.
Yep.
And you have to help monitor it because the county's involved in a big way, it sounds like. You're the one releasing the product
and fines are.
And you're recording all of this detail?
All this detail is recorded on a shared file now with the government, same way they did with the 1080 I just got passed on. So we're receiving 1080 again, which is for coyote bait. So that, yeah, there's a lot more. You talk about red tape, there's a lot of red tape in this. And the fine, if an endangered species is harmed, affected, or any otherwise hurt, $250,000 for the individual and $1 million for corporation. And then the other fine was,
What's the likelihood of people buying the product still?
Well, everyone that I've said, okay, well, here's what's going to happen. You guys, on top of doing the training, that's nothing, right? It's an hour of their time. It's all the regulations behind it. The guys I talked to 3 guys that we don't want it. Nothing to do with it. So I don't know. And for me, signing my name to this monitoring plan that producers have to fill out, that they're going to go out and check all this. You tell me you're going to go out and check 1,000 acres, you're lying to me, right? Flat out. Our name is onto that. So, and I don't blame it.
Twice a week or twice a day?
If it's a bad infestation, you got twice a day for the first week, at least once a day for the first week, and then every week thereafter for 3 weeks after the first week. And it's all documented on the time when you go out and check the weather, the conditions, the wind, and they want you not just where you put it, but they want you to circle out around in the vicinity. So some ditches and stuff like that. And it's all in their training, but guys that have 3,000 acres ain't going to go out there and do that.
So they've approved it, but they haven't approved it, right? Like they just made it so hard that nobody wants to do it. And the other thing is, it's too late for this year anyway. So even if we're gonna do it, they should at bare minimum give us another year till 2028, not 2027. So
This,
Technically, I guess, nobody can do it.
well, that's what I wrote down. This is a typical Canadian scenario, regulated out of existence.
Mhm.
So this is federal oversight?
No, it's federal told, PMRA is federal. They told them, you guys can't do it like you used to do it. You got to have more regulations. So the province in the Alberta environment as well had come up with this. This is who told it to us, was Saskatchewan and Alberta on the call when they trained us on Thursday. So a lot of fieldmen, same thing. A lot of fieldmen like, there's no way we can manage this, like, and have our neck stuck out there.
So what are you recommending we do here? What's our involvement here?
Mr. Chairman, we talked to his Ag Service Board to bring it back here, to form another letter, say the regulations are ridiculous, and also there's no way we can get this implemented for this year. So bare minimum, give us till 2028 also.
Yeah,
That was a discussion around.
It's not in Canada as of yet. They're hoping to have it out end of May. We're only going to get, if every county, only going to get 16 cases the first go around.
How much
16 cases.
per county?
Yeah. That's all you're going to get the first shipment. Yeah. Yeah. It's not going to go very far. And there's a disconnect because I met with Danielle Smith on 2 Fridays ago. We sat down at Dairy Queen. I said, you got this, the regulations and everything behind this. Joe Scow was there. We had a blizzard. No, she was already there. But I said that the regulations are crazy. And they said, well, we'll get back to you. Joseph Scow got back to Brett Stewart and says there's no rules behind it. So somewhere there's a disconnect between ministers and the ag department. Because if there's no rules, why did we sit in 2-3 hour training to go through all the rules? Yeah. So
What are all the white tubes out now? C-type tubes and stuff.
it's probably just burrowed hope beta Rosol. Yep. Yeah, and Rosol you got to have feed on it twice, and then Rosol once green grass vitamin K, which is an antidote. So you're doing no good unless you're sleeping better at night, knowing you put something out. Boss toxin, and personally, we're gassing him with our 80s truck. Stick the hose down there, wait a minute, fill the hole in, and we kill them. But labor intensive, but so is what they're asking you to do here now. But I'm worried that producers are going to want it because everyone's calling me. So I heard it's in. I order this in, and then we realize, some producer goes south with it, and we're strung out, and we're stuck with the 12.
I really think they need to see the regs before they say order it for me. Because unless they're willing to do all that, we don't want to be stuck with it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, what do we want the liability in our heads? So.
That's why I wanted to bring it forth to council.
I get
$7,500 for the 16 cases. $7,500.
And it sounds like I think all of it should go to Tom anyways. He's the one that's campaigned for this. He's got more gophers out his way than we got, I think. You guys, we got gophers, but there's a lot of gophers that way.
I run over with gophers.
And Rogers way. It's bad.
They answered us. They got it for us, but we gave up. We're going to give up everything and anything to
Well,
use it now.
And that's my comment, what I've learned to know. Yeah, they give it to us, but they tied our hands so bad you can't use it. You know, I mean, and you said you had to be the landowner to apply it.
Yeah.
I can't hire someone to help me.
If you hire someone, they have to have they have to have their pesticide applicator's license, which is $500. It's a pretty bind to go through, and plus they got the service vendor registration.
Yeah, so, and there's no way in heaven that I can go apply gophers on a section, let alone 2 or 3. You know, quarter section's a big job by yourself without going bigger.
So who are we addressing this letter to again? Is it going back to the federal government or MLA? And maybe this is
Mm-hmm.
It's got to go.
ag minister.
everybody that's involved.
Sigurdsson.
So yeah, that's just wanted to give you guys an update what's going on
Okay,
there.
well, who wants to make a motion to communicate our concerns to the powers higher than us? LeGrand, did you make
I'll
that
make a
motion?
motion.
LeGrand makes
Yeah,
the
I'll
motion.
Gladly.
They'll produce the letter. We'll read the letter. You guys do a good job with the letters. Just advocate the concerns of area producers, really, right?
Regulation, we cannot. We said we cannot. Farmers are not capable of being able to adhere to any of them because, the vast majority of them have manpower to go out there and put it out to begin with. And then go back and change it twice a day for a week. Yeah, I mean. It's
By yourself.
By yourself, yeah. Because you can't, without having somebody take a test.
Unless you want to put your 10 land or neighbors on your land title.
Yeah, I mean,
The other thing,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we want to administer this. Like, why isn't the province administer? Like, they're passing the buck on us, putting the liability on us.
We asked for it, I guess.
But so did they. They're the ones that
They
went to
did,
bat.
yeah.
Our job is to protect the county. I don't know in good conscience I can support us administering that. When the liability that's huge.
And the fine could come across
For sure.
here.
And they'd be glad to,
We are not absolved of this.
would be glad to make a fine.
Yeah, I just at the current regulations, I cannot support us being the administrator of this program. I'm sorry. My job is to look after everyone in the county, and I'm not prepared for that kind of liability at this moment. Personally, I wouldn't vote for it until these are changed.
Do you think there's a setup for failure situation going on here?
They just, here it is, now shut up, and they know no one's going to do it. And now they can say, well, we did what you guys wanted us to.
Deliberately, intentionally, trying to sabotage this whole thing from the get-go,
And the other, how does some bureaucrat sitting in Ottawa or Gatineau have a clue what a prairie farm even looks like?
Or a gopher looks like.
So, I mean, they couldn't even comprehend some guy having to go spread this out on 3,000 acres.
Maybe we want to echo what Cam just said in the letter. We're very reluctant to proceed when the liability high,
the rules
and the risk. I mean, we don't know if we want to manage that risk right now. Is that basically what you're saying?
the rules are so strenuous, you can't even follow them. Like, it's impossible.
Let you guys all see what it is, and you guys let me know what changes.
And I think that we need to ask for the regulations to be changed and for the time period to be extended to 2028 because it is long to approve it this year. No value to put it out now.
I mean, the other reality is I would hate spending money on a lawyer, but sure be nice to have a lawyer's opinion on how much we are liable on this.
Yeah, yes.
And really, I think RMA should provide that for us.
Gotta have a formal document.
Yeah, I think we, as a AAAF, put a letter to them asking for clarification, written documents and answers to our questions. They'll fill in that we had hundreds of questions, so they said they'd get that to us.
So Steve, as the earpiece in representing Carson County, what's the feedback from the neighboring municipalities that like blown away by it too? Are they gonna? Do they want it?
Yeah, no, really don't want it. Willow Creek, same thing. She texted me right when the train was going on this to the say they have Tabor. He's like, I don't have time. I cannot manage what I got right now, let alone this program. So I haven't talked to Jamie from Warner yet, but I'll see him here then this week. But
Meeks.
yeah, but from what I hear and talk to people, that's a lot. A lot of building. Put them out like that.
So when you take delivery of the strychnine, you have to sign off on it,
Yes.
which you're representing Karsten County, which then we're liable, you're liable. And I guarantee, hearing what I'm hearing, and what you have to do, if they audited one person, we wouldn't be in compliance.
Oh, and they're gonna make an example of it. I think they'll make an example of it.
So I said, they'll be willing to fine.
And Danielle did say, she said, well, who's doing the auditing? I go, they said either GOA or third party. So they go, for GOA, we can deal with that, but the third party, we can't.
Right.
So. And there's a lot of unknowns. I think there's still a lot of unknowns and questions.
That's how,
Political and
Yeah.
I suggest to the ag board that we add another activity to their ag day of gopher snare competition.
So, like,
can increase
So we should as kids.
donation for
Gophers.
what would a guy say?
just Alberta and Saskatchewan, where they've been approved.
Yeah. We did training with Saskatchewan and Alberta and Fieldman. What the counterpart of Saskatchewan. I don't know. I don't know if anyone over there. You know, it was all fielded from the province, so it's quite a question here.
What would a guy say if the media called right now? Because they might pick up on this. I mean, we campaign, but our attitude is trying to. We're reluctant right now. I mean, what would you say? I mean, we're given something, but in a way, we're not given.
The practicality of the rules
The practic-
are
Impossible.
yes.
They've handcuffed us to,
For 20-acre person, not thousands, even hundreds, is
Yeah.
a lot to go back.
so say,
Oh, yeah.
We're reluctant to participate because of the practicality of the rules, and we don't think that they're doable.
They're not doable. I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry to say that, but just, that was probably the person who we wanted to pick that back is the labor intensity of the other products was such that they didn't have the time to do it. Now they just keep a whole bunch more work on them to use this product, which is sad because, I mean, most farmers will use it in a responsible manner within guidelines, but they're not going to adhere to something where they have to go out and gather up the gophers and report on the wind speed and the temperature and all that. It's just not going to happen because physically they don't have the time to do that. I mean, they're going to be
Still trying to put a crop in
they're
it.
trying to put a shot in over it.
You know, maybe if we had the product available in February when the gophers first came out
Yeah.
and before they're in the fields, maybe.
but even then,
But right now, everyone's in their field. They're
Yeah. No.
Disappointed with these types of regulations, and they should come down and we should invite somebody to wrote up these regulations, come down and put it out and see how much labor it takes. Because it's great for bureaucrats to sit in their office and write up these regulations. But the practicality of it is not there.
Well, we
Their
didn't.
mind is one gopher hole,
yeah.
not 700 in it.
And a severe investigation would be two.
Yeah.
We didn't know you had that audience there, Stephen. You went right to the top with already, so she should be expecting this letter, right?
Oh, she'll know it's coming.
Yeah. You talked to the premier, yeah.
Anyway, we thought we should bring this to council after our our Ag Service Board just because it didn't seem like a
The
practical.
absurdity of the whole thing.
Did we vote on the motion yet for the letter?
No, we haven't.
Those in favor with sending a letter, the grand.
Got it.
We'll wait to see what you guys come up with here. Stephen, while you're here, I have listed here. We're talking about a manure spreader now, and it's the rental. What about the manure spreader? We always buy new manure spreaders. That's all I know.
Well, last year we had our JBS, our larger manure spreader, has gone the back end, the rear end, the beaters and the gearboxes have gone out twice last year. So we put well over $10,000 into it. Our recommendation to ASB board last fall was let's get rid of it for there's some glitch in this thing. Anyways, I got a call Friday, I think, or Thursday. It happened again. So I just come back from there. We tore it apart. The gears are shredded. $1,000 we had to put into it.
Is this a newer one that we just?
It is. It's one that it's one of our, no, it's not our newest one. It's one that we wanted to change out. We have I think we're on a 6-year rotation on that replacement. We were supposed to be scheduled to replace it in 2027, but since these gears are going out and this, we wanted to get rid of it because the 10,000, it's a lot of money to jump into a unit. So anyways, it's done again. So I just say we got to go and put $10,000 into it.
Right now, we're counting every dollar at this table, and
I'm just looking here, the price of that's $102, $50,000 sale value.
What we figured, yeah.
You got to fix sale through Two Brothers?
No, that would be, we're hoping to find guys that use it would buy it from us. We'd sell it to them. But I think now the colony that wanted it was the one that just had it here and it went out. So I don't know if they're going to want it again. I don't know. So we might end up having to go to sale. Get rid of it.
don't you have to fix it?
Well, yeah, we have to fix it now.
But then it doesn't come back.
And then the replacement, Randy, is from the rentals revenue. So that's how we're funded.
Or we get rid of the manure spreaders. I'm just throwing that out there.
How much revenue do they produce a year?
Flamin rents them, yeah, out of Lethbridge, right? LeGrand?
Not positive. I've never dealt with them.
Okay.
I mean, it's a nice service, but at the same time, this constant 10,000 replace or repair on that one's not a positive.
Maybe we don't do it anymore. Well, maybe we don't. We're not the county that does everything, but maybe we reduce the service because we can't keep it maintained without costing the county.
Yeah, this manure spreader's cost us a lot of money the last 2 years. It's the colonies on the bigger one. Not 90% of them is the colonies on the bigger one. The smaller one's the smaller farmer. But because it takes so much to clean that
big. It's the big one that keeps going.
Yeah.
Right?
It's been good, yeah, because that's the kind we suggested changing to get the bigger one.
Maybe the other thought is go 2 small ones.
That's another thing. So I guess there's a few options. Either we get out of it, we just keep a small one for the smaller guys that can't afford to have one, or it doesn't make sense to have one for 50 cows, and tell the colonies we don't. I don't know. Then do you look like you're picking and choosing, or?
Well, budget is a big criteria there. So if we can't afford
Where's the obligation on the user? I mean, anytime I rent something, if I wreck it, I'm paying for it.
Yeah, but we don't know if it fatigued the guy who had it before, and you just happen to be the guy who gets it when it just finally completely blows up.
There's a glitch there.
So
That's why we don't want to be. If we're not making money, which one's going out?
the big one, because they can put more in it. All more. But the hood rat's using, yeah. But the big one, the big one has gone out more than the small one.
comparative size again?
I think I'm sorry, I don't have that. I think you're 200 bushel difference.
So,
Small one is
450 and the other one's
450 and the other one's,
600, 650.
yeah, I can't.
I think something like that. Yeah.
We do have enough money to replace it?
We had enough in there when last fall. Yeah. But we
Okay.
got to come up with.
I'm kind of leaning, let's go to the bigger one with the new model. And then if we have problems in the next couple of years, let's get out of it. Program. That's my opinion on it. Let's try the one, the
The Dutch,
the bigger one of the one where,
the Degelman's one.
yes. And then, yeah, we voted to raise
yeah.
a little, maybe we need to raise a little more. And then if the next 2 years is this, if it's let's get out of the program altogether. So anyway, that's my opinion. So.
in the meantime, fix what you have and sell it.
Do I have that as soon as it's fixed to put it in a sale then and not let it go out again? I don't want to take that risk to have it go out again.
I'm on rid of it because manure spreading season's not done right now anyway. So another couple weeks anyway.
So, okay.
Hey, do you guess one of that question, to put it in auction, or do you want to try to sell local?
But the only problem selling local is if they're our customer, then we don't have anyone to rent it to, right? So
No, I think you should go the auction, just because it's.
yeah.
Yeah. And we don't know
And,
where it
and
went.
if the local person's interested, we can let them know which auction is going at. Right?
We'll try. I'll talk to Jeff. So,
Anyway.
okay.
That's my opinion. I just
The Mason, you mean at Ritchie and Lethbridge?
I'm not sure if Richie has an auction, they usually have. an
Yeah,
auction.
there's one spring one. Yeah.
Okay. We're given a direction. Is there a motion required for that? Liquidation of the capital?
I'd like to see a motion saying that council talked about it. Motion to put it there.
And just to
Councilor
kind of clarify, so just hold off and purchase the new one until budget's approved though, right? This is just to get rid of motions, just to get rid of,
Just get it down.
Okay.
Let the discussion stay on the budget.
thanks guys.
Councilor Baker's made that motion. Those in favor? All right.
Thanks, Steve.
Hey, before you leave, I know you asked me, and I represent a lot of people, like every other councilor. The trees, what about the tree orders?
They're taking them right
So is there a deadline for
now.
that?
It's going to be within the next few days because they're serious made. Again, we got it late because he couldn't, the tariffs was mucking him up and I
So-
know it's going to work. So
Are county residents aware of the order process timeframe right now? And do they know what they have access to? Is that posted
It's
somewhere?
been picked up. Might be able to pick them up.
where else?
Can I get a handout before I go home today to see if I want to?
Yeah, they're going up here.
I'll get that. Thank you. I just wanted to ask before you leave there because best time to plant trees was 10 years ago. That's what they all say. 20 years ago? Okay, well, item 10.1, I don't see that happening today, Murray.
No, I don't either. To be honest, I don't think we're gonna try to set them up again. They keep failing on it. What do they want? It was just their board, the co-op board was just to meet you guys. It's nothing they're requesting, anything, it's just
Okay, well, let's just cross that off because we got a few minutes before the lunch hour and I think we can move right along to item 13. This is what we had a discussion with Mike earlier and Joe regarding this potential future subdivision and rezoning. Anything you'd like to add on that, Wayne, that's in your area? Lee Stringham?
just I'm going through his area sector plan. Is he gonna be able to hook on the water line, or is he gonna have to do it?
That is what's being proposed. Yeah, that's what's being proposed.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You willing to move the first reading on this? Thank you. Those in favor? Carried.
Community health. Maybe 20, whatever it is.
May 25th.
Why don't we skip down to 13.3? I don't know if, do you want more time to talk about second and third readings for the Carson County one? Or can we do that before lunch? You guys think we've had enough discussion on that? Okay, let's go there then. Bylaw 872.
I'll sponsor a second reading with the changes as outlined in our public hearing today to the verbiage.
This kind of
Refresh me what we talked about there.
exposed a bit of a hole in our
It
current
exposed a hole.
document, right?
Mr. Thomas just clarified that statement for a definition of cabin. So
Councilor Francis has moved to second reading. Any other discussion? Those in favor? Carried. Councilor Harris has moved third and final.
No, okay.
Third and final reading.
I just anticipated you was going to.
So once if this goes through, it's added at effective day.
Yep, today.
Those in favor? Carried. All right, that kind of patches a little bit of a hole there. We were kind of educated there with that local subdivision and appeal board, according to their interpretation.
Who was there?
Who was there?
yeah, who was their staff? that
It was
discovered
Diane.
that? Diane. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I doubt it was the board members who discovered that.
No. Yeah, but by rights, it was a hole. Like we look at our zoning as what they're allowed to do, not the use and what they're allowed to do. So where this one takes a look at the use, not necessarily the zone. Yeah.
All right, we can move on to proposed bylaw 874. We had a discussion regarding this rezoning in Division 6. We would consider giving first reading.
Just before we do that, is anyone else not satisfied with this area structure plan besides me?
For me, I looked at it. I know it's very basic. But I think what he's trying to do out there is also very basic. That's kind of the way I see it. I think that there's access to water out that way.
Okay.
Do we not govern that North McGrath North
Yes.
co-op as well?
Yeah.
What my question would be, what's the capacity? Do we know if we've done any research on that?
We've done a little bit. They're like with us being able to do trickle systems off of it, like this would be a trickle system. It would be able to service those lots for sure. It's all trickle. Yeah.
And these 3 parcels are 4 parcels, suitable building spots?
Yeah.
And each will have its own septic field, and it's a 2.5 acre or 3 acre lots.
3 acre. Yeah. One of them's 4. Yeah, one of them's 4. But yeah, they're 3 acres. Our minimum parcel size is 3 acres. Multiple septic fields, yeah. I guess the theory around it is if your first septic field failed, you'd have enough land for a second septic field. Your fields are based on your size of your house, right? So if you build a 6-bedroom house, then, you know, your field is almost an acre big, right? Yeah, it's kind of really messed up the way they have their septic systems. Like if you build a 5-bedroom house, it's substantially smaller than a 6-bedroom house. So when I built my 6-bedroom house, it's a 5-bedroom house and an office, even though the office could be used as a bedroom. But because I only got 4 kids, it made it so it worked.
Just because I have a 5-bedroom house and just me, myself and my wife are there, there's no rate for.
It needs to be based on the number of bedrooms. Yeah. Yeah.
So one's a photography room and another one's a.
Need a motion, Mr. Chairman, on this?
I can understand what you said. If this was like I kind of look at each application differently. If this was another Heritage Ranch type scenario with like 40, we would obviously expect a little bit more, right? Like, but for what they're trying to do.
So the way our bylaw is written, if they're wanting to do 3 lots, they don't need an area structure plan. But as soon as you go to 4, you need an area structure plan. So like technically they're only adding 3 lots to this one, but I still made them do an area structure plan because it creates 4 small parcels.
They met the requirement
Cam,
to trigger an area
what
structure.
in particular you feel or the whole thing?
Yeah. What Sam has done. My unprofessional opinion. Why it's right then. Because the drain is going this way, and I would have been comfortable with it. In my unprofessional opinion, the drain is sufficient.
And
That's like saying my
2-year-old grandson's unprofessional opinion, he's gonna say it's fine too, so.
this didn't need that. But if you're looking for a motion for a public hearing and time for 10. 10:15, I'd make that, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Still in favor? Carried. All right. I smell food here, but I'm the kind of guy that likes to take care of business. If you want to stop for lunch, make a motion. Otherwise, I might talk about this water truck.
Roger, man, you're tough.
Roger, thank you. Motion's carried. Let's reconvene here. Wayne and I attended the McGrath and District Emergency Services the other day. We have a new fire chief. His name is Scott Nielsen. He gave his report. Does your manager tell you all the incidents that's going on and everything?
Yeah.
So Del Bonita has experienced some pretty significant grass fires already this year. He was quite concerned that, you know, he thought it was early to be having these problems. Isn't that what he said, Wayne?
Just so early.
Yeah, early. And we wanted to just have a discussion. They haven't officially requested it. They want us to have a discussion about what would it take to get a water truck to Del Bonita.
They talking quick response grass truck, or
They have like the 400 gallons in.
Yeah, so
They were looking for like even a single axle, so they could put 2,500 gallons in. That would, like, I think they felt like they could have maybe put that for 1,500 acres up there, he said. And they felt if they would have had some water, they might have done get under control. They had 6 fires.
Have that old van with the water tank. They should have hung on to the old van with the water tank.
So we're just opening discussion on this. We don't know what's available or, yeah. Well, he did have a cost.
That was our next question. is where are they gonna put it? Well, is there any down?
Wayne, did he not say you could get into one for 30 or 40,000? Wasn't that his number?
Yeah,
So that's the consideration.
maybe that's something we should just be looking at. So at least something out there.
So the McGrath, or sorry, that fire department had some money put aside, right?
Yes.
They still do. And we started putting some aside. We got about $60,000 that we were putting aside for tanker. At one time it was a big push for it. And then just kind of on the way, but we got 60,000 reserves for something out there. I don't know if that means a replacement of the thing or the water tanker, but I think the other thing you probably want is some kind of catch barrel, what they call them, water pulling tanks or tubs that the truck can just dump into and then run and get another load. Because that, if you're filling up and down either, that's going to take forever to fill that up there versus McGrath. So yeah, we looked at some of those, but we've got 60,000.
Okay, well, we just wanted to expose the issue. And we can take that back because they haven't flat out said we need to buy this.
Did you talk to fire chief? No. Keeley, because I do believe they've got some money set aside, is my understanding, or something. So if they've got $30,000, and because they got some from an oil company, I believe.
They probably on a single axle to be go more places than a town.
Right, yeah.
I mean, all that's
In the crap time to get there,
Yeah.
if they had a little more water. Now, this, when I asked them if they have room, they said they felt they could juggle stuff around to make room for it. In the fire hall. I haven't been in it, so I don't know.
They've got that built in the fire truck. Yeah, that's an old stuff. Fire department, is it?
He told us 400 gallons, so.
I thought he said 1,400. No? Was it 400?
It's just, then they got a.
They got two.
Oh, they have two.
Two quick response.
They have a bumper this.
They have the old pumper from McGrath. And I don't think they use it that much because they're mostly gas fires. If you get rid of that pumper, you could probably fit a tandem in there or a single axle. But we didn't really have, we should have Scott, who's Scott?
Yeah.
Talk to Katie, the fire chief out there. See what they want and how to coordinate.
Yeah.
So it's not like
We've got some set aside to help participate if we need to.
Yep. We have 60,000 for that donation. And now that Danny's hired on, we can actually send him out there to communicate on our behalf.
That's a good option to.
We'll start May 1st. But he had booked a trip to Seattle to watch some baseball games. So.
Okay, is that good enough, Wayne, on that topic? Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, there's a cleanup coming up and the county has in the past participated in what way did we participate in that?
We've had two tandem trucks and two drivers. And that's for, I think they said they're going from 9 o'clock at the latest 1 o'clock. In the town bringing the motor. They gotta get that approved yet. The council, but so.
Is that?
On May the 23rd.
How does that work, Murray? If we supply two tandems, you pay your guys some overtime hours because they're working from 9 to 1? Is that what you do?
Yeah, they'll just get overtime hours for those that day.
What
Kind of like our parking, she says, I don't know where exactly where my council is doing it, but she said it is kind of a thing that that's the first thing people see when they come into Carson, and if it's cleaned up, you know, what better opinion of our community. And we.
I can,
For-
I can definitely,
20 years, yeah.
I can definitely understand the need for it. What is the status, like, where is their local public works yard? Do they?
All the stuff away too.
Oh, good, that's good to know, because they're participating in it and they're using their equipment as
Yeah,
well.
they bring their loaders, they'll load their truck too. If the town loading one, they'll load the other.
So this is specifically just the Moses Lake area.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd imagine they're doing, well, I saw their announcement, Tom, they're cleaning up all those communities.
Like it's the 23rd and have another, I think they were next week and next week and Legends is usually last. And it's more of a personal place. There's houses scattered around down there. That's all I get there to say. There's two, you can go 3 different ways there. If you go to down Highway 2 till you come to where Jumbo Valley has those air bins there on the road and go straight east from there, probably 6 miles. Go down across the river, back up, and then the road agency's right there, or you can come along the views. And you get to the car that's stuck in the middle of the road, you just keep going another 2 miles.
Murray, can I ask you,
But actually, in fairness, they rebuilt the road now, so it's actually pretty good that way.
Murray, can I ask you what the reaction is? Are there willingness of Carson County employees to do this, where they kind of grumble at the few hours they're putting in because it's their weekend? How do they respond to that?
Well, I usually only talk to Matt. And then I just tell him, he says he'll ask and he gets some volunteers. So I'm assuming they don't mind the time and a half.
Yeah, the last couple of years, the Fox and I don't know, they come the last couple of years and they're happy to come. So
Unknown sponsors.
Regardless of what the town does, because what if they don't supply a loader?
To throw it in.
But I'm sure.
they got us on everything.
So what are they actually loading? Are they hand pitch into the loaders or they got junk big enough that the loaders are gonna pick it up?
Yes.
Yes.
Both.
But the good thing about this lately is that Church or Carson has not been taking the lead. It's been Moses Lake community themselves.
Yeah.
And that's what I think most people appreciate is that we're just helping them. We're not doing it.
It's been the Moses Lake committee that is organizing it. Taking care of it, and they go around and they instruct everybody if they have something they can't haul away or need hauled away to have it out in front of their premises. And pretty strict on that the last couple of years, and then people's backyards get all that stuff out for them. But they do have, but a lot of them don't have the ability to haul some of their guys away. It was a good time. It's just that.
There any other discussion? Councillor Francis has moved that we allow our equipment to be used on May the 23rd from the hours of 9 to 1 o'clock. In behalf of, yeah, so the cost to the county would be, the fuel and the paid overtime, which would amount to a few $100 maybe, I don't know.
So do they participate well with manpower?
They the community is there working. And the locals get out and help some, not all of them. You know.
Any other,
The ones that don't have, they're left to their own forces. And so places where they've made an effort.
any other comments on it at all? Cleaning up the local area, it's
Maybe service.
any other comments? Those in favor? Carried.
And for information, and involved in this meeting on June the 19th.
Yeah.
Meeting primary would be the for the MOU breakfast for the coming days. This was it was slated to be in Pincher Creek. Got this feeling that it's gonna either be here or
So you said the primary item on the agenda is the pancake breakfast?
yeah.
That's what you're gonna organize that during that meeting?
Yeah.
We're pitching in already, right? 1,000 to that? From what I understand.
The whole,
Well, that's the whole MOU. How much money of that would be spent on the pancake breakfast? Oh, so everyone kind of pays the same amount?
yeah.
All right. Tom, you want to talk about Kimball Water Park connection? Is this a potable water line?
No, we don't supply potable water there because I don't have my whole system's license anymore. I didn't have enough hours to retain it. So we have water at both ends of the park and across the road on the one side. We'd like to take, put in the shallow line to the top area. That's grass in. And there'll be a line like rain in the winter, we'd like to dig it in into a depth of 24 inches to 30 inches. We just, we plowed in the line and we just don't have the pressure to do it. We'll fight to the trees, but we're trying to keep the grass going, encourage people to camp up there, so. We'd just be operate, use of the mini hoe and an operator to get the, you get
What do you classify shallow?
big board 30 inches. You don't want to go very deep because it's double ground basically, and you just want to put in a 1 inch line to the top and go back in and have water up there that we have a burn pile that we have to put our dead fall and stuff in, and it would give us access to run a hose over to that easier. So,
How long in time do you think it'd take?
would take my day. I mean, I'd go from the one hydrant at the south end, probably be, I don't know, 300 yards or something like that. Not a big distance.
So Tom, your request is,
County to come and take the trench, we'll throw the pipe in and then.
we have a mini hole? With a little narrow bucket or what?
Yeah, they got, their bucket's a little wider than we like, but that's what they
Well,
got.
the 2-footer, can't they get a little one?
Probably be quite somebody.
If we had a little one, it'd be even better because it wouldn't be disturbed so much and we just throw the line in just as they go.
I bet you.
All the buckets are paid, the back foam, and you can't get it.
Faster.
They had about 16 would be really nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say 16, 18 would be,
Yeah, well, that's what they want to do.
Ask around, maybe.
12 buckets.
Better,
Make a nice little trench, but they're trying to get dirt out.
better just drill it in, Tom. Drill it
if
in.
they're all in,
Yes, not saving any time.
Yeah, one time.
if they're in gravel, it won't be a problem, but still.
Is there any objections to Tom's request to authorize a mini hoe for maybe a day? And who would operate it? The question. Did you answer that?
Cam.
Yeah.
Cam.
We
Oh,
don't-
Johansson. This Cam.
We usually don't. We usually don't have counselors operating our equipment. It would be our staff to. Usually don't rent our equipment out without staff members.
Any objections to that? Tom, you would motion for that?
I'm making a motion.
Any other comments on that? Those in favor? Carried.
What breed of machine, how hard would it be to find a smaller bucket?
It wouldn't be that hard. It's
Aren't the things all kind of similar?
just
Well,
cabin.
The mounts aren't always the same.
Yeah, that's a. What is it?
This is Bobcat.
I think it's a Bobcat.
Yeah,
It's white.
That's trying to remember.
Why don't we, at this time, motion to go into a closed session? We're still waiting on Mr. Zach Smith, is that correct? We'll wait for one more. Why don't we motion to go into closed session? We can talk about a couple of matters, and then when he shows up, looks like he might be here. Is he here?
A couple more people coming in.
I was hoping to tackle some of this other stuff.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? Let's motion to go into camera.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Those in favor?
Do you know kind of what we're looking for there? Or proposal?
I think so.
You kind of know what our proposal is. I mean, no one else.
I just wanted it to be clear, so they took home something that's written, you know?
I'm gonna write something up.
Yeah, we're pretty clear what you guys can do.
Basically $30,000 and they got either option, inflation or bringing it back every 5%.
Okay.
It's a service.
Yeah, Lake taxi, yeah.
But that makes a good point is, it's too bad we can't tax just that colony down there.
Yeah.
Heritage Ranch.
Right.
But, when Councilor Bevins was talking about the library, you haven't increased the mill rates all these years. Same with you guys, about 3.16, you haven't changed it for 6 years, so.
Brought it down.
Well, we brought it down last year. It's the same things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my question. Here we go.
Did you guys all take home your, the draft budget I was looking at was,
We passed this. That's good. Just for.
it says May 11th on here.
We're gonna get, we got an updated one, but this is the service, what do they call it, service community.
Anyway, I'll move, Mr. Chairman, that we just serve.
So, just background, the different whereas statements, I read them. Was this kind of the recommended format that they were looking for?
They had a whole bunch of UN stuff in there and I took all that out.
Thank you.
I didn't like the UN. So it was just fostering courage and volunteerism.
Got our own little, unique stamp to it then.
Yeah.
That's good. Councillor Francis moved that we, adopt this resolution and apply it to our municipal boundary, Carson County. Those in favor? Carried. Murray, is this just a copy? Do you want us to sign it now or do you want to take it
Taylor
back?
has it. When you sign the minutes for the MDC and thing, he'll get you both you guys.
Okay, we'll move to item 15. We have a draft budget in front of us that we've been reviewing over the past several weeks. Murray, is there any new information that we should be aware of? Any increases or decreases to these line items?
No, we haven't changed the minutes at all or any of the line items in here. Like I said, we've changed it quite a few times before the last presentation, but since then we haven't touched it. We do have the fire department in this one, as you can see, the last page, I think it is. That's still going to be worked through on their income and excome, but tax or expenses, but it's really, this is what we think the bottom line is for our budget. We're only at $90,000 into the black, which would go towards equipment, which not where we're usually at. We usually got a couple $100,000, but this year we think we can do that. The other item, that's the operating budget, and I have the capital budget to go over as well with you. But we think we can deal with this one.
So we had the state, isn't it?
It has safe was in there. I talked to Mike and he told me it was in there.
Oh, good.
And but it should be in.
We're being proactive here. I'm on page 6 of
Page 12,
14.
Page 12.
I'm on 6 of 14, looking at what we're doing, what we're saving for transfer to reserves for the fire departments. I think that's being responsible. Putting money aside for replacement. I think we asked ourselves, is that enough money? 40, 40, and 20 per year? I don't know if it's ever going to be enough, but something.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, there's one thing, I spent quite a bit of time last night going through this deal, but stay on that page 6, a good example. Your 2025 year to date is 199,000 on the bottom, but the budget for that year is only 13,000. I think we have a switch in our column there, or we got something way out of whack. Page 6.
That's 25.
Good example. And that's through the whole deal. Your bottom figure, there's 199,000 on the 2025 year to date, but the budget for the year is only 14,000.
15,000.
Well, it's 14,000.
So you're looking at 2025?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in 2026.
Well, I'm just saying, as I look at the 2025 year to date, you got 199,000 you've spent. The budget line of that year is only 13,800.
Well, that can't be right because that budget would have had all these other ones. So I don't know what Mike did there. That should be filled up with more of the stuff because we have the fire services of 76 that should be in there.
Looks like he's repeated it.
But
Because if you look at 2026, your total is the same numbers all the way down.
yeah, so it looks like that 25 budget should be almost identical to the 26 one. So he didn't enter that in there. Sorry.
He just.
Well, it's almost to me like those two columns are somehow reversed. Those
Looks like he
25 columns.
Copied the year to date to both columns when they should be.
Yes, but he didn't, looks to me like he didn't include the 2025 budget. It's just, he just put the year total.
This is last year, so it doesn't really matter. This is-
I mean, it's a little confusing to me as I read through that.
I think it's.
Yeah.
It should be, 2025 budget should be almost identical to the 2026 one, so I think he's copied and just put it in the wrong column.
But I've noticed that on about every item in that sheet we've got in that package.
Yeah, I think he's did all that.
Yeah, he did.
Copied those-
Looks like he pulled out the 2025 budget and threw it in there and just gave us the year total.
So maybe Joe.
That's what it looks like to me.
That was what, page 6, was it?
Yes, that's what
Honestly, it's all.
we look.
All of
But-
them, if
but
you look, he's copied.
Every page, every line item, same way.
He's copied the 2026 year totals and included them in the 2025.
Let me
Oh,
print this one off. I'll scan it all for you.
wow.
It's just the updated.
Yeah, but we're looking at 2026.
Yes, 2026. Sorry, page 2, Tom?
Yes, I went on the taxes residential.
Which page are you on?
Two.
Okay, sorry. Yep.
The budget for 2025 was 6,771,564. The budget for 2026 is 7,886,322. That's an increase of 15%. I'd like to know the breakdown is how much of that is new and how much of it is in an increase.
give you guys the updated one. So you see in that one, it's only got the 2 columns in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's copy the updated one.
Let me get this up.
Yeah, this is.
Want to turn in all these ones? These ones were the ones we took home. Murray's got, let's not confuse ourselves. Here. I'm gonna disregard this one. I'm gonna shred it. Pass it around that way.
I got, yeah, it'd be interesting. I want to compare this new one to this one a little bit. So I went through it line by line and I underlined a whole bunch of these.
Do that.
There's some other ones over there, maybe. LeGrand, you got another one there. Heard of it.
Thousand?
No, I want to compare the new one to this guy.
Well, you're gonna struggle. I think they got like, I got told that.
It's like one question on this old one. Penalties on taxes, 290,000. Do we collect that much in late penalty on taxes?
A lot of people don't pay till the end of the
Serious?
year,
Like,
December. So they get the 5% penalty.
You're kidding. That's 300,000 a year on penalties for paying late.
like, how much you guys look at it, it's like 5% penalty or just go up to a full, yeah, but they sell some.
I don't know. And then another question on that same page,
Yeah,
road allowance lease. 46,800 in 2025.
Every 3 years.
Hmm?
Every 3 years. Every 3 years.
We collect on road allowance lease.
3-year lease.
So
Once in
Michael,
3
what's
years.
happened here is,
We don't lease it out.
Well, I don't know.
we've had several different copies of the budgets. We put them all in a pile. We got rid of them. Murray's out there getting us the current. And, there might be a few questions for you. But asking Murray before he left, there wasn't any changes. But we all wanted to get rid of the older ones and
Yes.
have a fresh one.
Talk to the fire department down here. That's some nightmares about why you are showing a $35,000 deficit. You found it. We fixed it. Spent the budget for the car.
Good. Okay.
So I'm,
His account called it a surplus. I just call it other income. Right?
so back on that road allowance, are they all up the same year or do they all every? So 2025, 2028, 2031, none of them in 2030? Okay.
You're in the middle of switching to a new.
We're just
Doing
starting.
so much shit.
Yes.
So these things happen.
well, they're- It's kind of very-
No, it'll be the same. We're gonna change the format of the jail a little bit, but it's just too much. So we're gonna be bringing a fire department online on May 1st, so we'll have to. They'll stop entering anything in their QuickBooks and then we'll start putting stuff in our system and then have to do some journal entries back to December 31st, but that's gonna be so long.
I don't surprise.
Thank you. Page 6 changed. Page 6 is not page 6 anymore.
That's. They're just messing with the ground.
Okay.
Line done better.
You can hear it. That's why I did a date.
Does that look better, LeGrand?
Yes.
April 14th, yeah.
Yeah, April 14th. That's a better date even.
Yeah, so if you see the bottom of page one where it says the 35,000 allocated for the fire department. Like I said, we rectified that on Friday and if there's gonna be other income and it'll be balanced.
Dave Rexman, page 2. I think I figured some of it out, but, the residential tax credit, year to date in, 2025 was 7,272,447. This for 26 is 8,332,155. And off of that comes the provincial requisitions. So the bottom line here, I just want to make sure I have this figured out. If you go down here to the bottom, year to date on 2025 was 7,454,279. Budget is 7,615,115. So that would roughly equate to what, a 3% increase? That's correct.
I don't know. The problem, Tom, if you look at last year as compared to this year, is we made basically almost 300,000 more on solar off, and so that's why, anyway, you're the residential is going to be more than that because we gave the tax incentive to that solar.
Yeah, we took our small business tax rate down to 50.5, but just trying to figure out when I get hit by my repairs on their residential property taxes. Makes a difference if I can say well, the overall taxes in Carson County only went up 3%.
But I think it's important, you gotta say, this is what the county's charging you and this is what the province requisitions are. I think it's a big, you can't combine them, you gotta look at them.
For sure, but it's
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And part of the reason it's going up more is because of those two things.
$500,000, increase $500,000 for education. $30,000. I think that's going up.
So the average house, if that's what you're asking, payments go about $353. That's the median. 404, I guess, would be the average.
So that's what's, how many percentage of that?
So, okay, so about, how many percentage of,
On the county part of the taxes.
well, the county part, nothing. Well, I guess the cost of living, so. Yeah, I think we had about 33% of new residents. And the rest was about 66, 65 is increased due to.
Increased property assessment.
Right.
But that, I remember when Lance was here, it said that average increase was 12%. Everybody's property, residential property taxes are on an average of 12%.
Not everybody's.
That's the average.
That's a whole.
Some are going to be more, some are going to be less.
Yeah. The whole. Municipal portion, I don't know if I got percentage here, right here. Well, because they're based on. So 12%, 13, looks like kind of in the middle right there.
So what would we?
So yeah, what's the portion that's the municipal portion?
So
This is gonna be blocked out, right? Well, that's asking Taylor, because
So
it's kind of a council
yeah,
discussion, but yeah, I wouldn't mind
looking at specific names.
Oh, yeah.
I deleted all that address, I don't have the detail, but on the average, if you look, the average residence, if it went up $400.
Yeah.
About 150 of that is gonna be due to the policing, all that other stuff, and the other is gonna be the cost of the house, the inflation.
So what's the average tax?
The average tax is dollar-wise,
Yes.
I can tell you is about $400.
Okay, so basically, 250,
250,
so 250 divided. Is it 4,000?
400. The average increase is 400.
Yeah, no, the average tax.
The average tax increase,
Average tax per
Tax per like. Average. Because that would kind of give you, Tom's looking for. But you're looking at. House value is 404,000. Okay.
well, that's the average increase in the taxes is $404.
Right. I know.
The average house is $460,000,
Okay.
and the average tax, if I did that,
Yeah. Right, looking at 6-7%. Problem is making up got last year. Because we fell behind last year. That's about what we fell last year.
over here,
This 2 years gonna be.
So-
Then next year we should be.
so on an average household, the tax is gonna be about $395 for $460,000.
8%.
Basically $3,100.
And next year is when the big jump starts.
When you said that, okay, minute there,
You know what I'm
average house is $460,000 and the average tax is $3,100. Hey, what was the average tax last?
Tax last year, so take off $400.
Well, let me just do this.
Yeah,
So what, we're paying for the decision we made last year, which was to cut taxes on people. That's basically the municipal portion, cut it $200. We're raising it to $250 this year, just to catch up. We fell behind last year, that's what we're doing. So you're looking at 8%.
Way to go, guys. I can resist that.
But that's still cheaper than the 12% increase they received. Value. Doesn't. It's hard to say, for sure.
I do have to laugh when I was talking to Cypress. They don't change the mill rate, the taxes, if the assessment goes up, that's where they keep it.
Wow, does anyone read the Urban's newsletter?
No.
All these towns bragging that they held the mill rate the same.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, this sucks, we have to do that, right? But we do have to catch up for where we were last year. Because we fell behind.
Should be an increase of 12 to 13%. Yeah, I figured 27.
No, but, so I'm talking the municipal. Is,
Oh, so
so it's $400 up, 150 of that's going to the province, we're taking 250. Last year, we cut just over 200 off the municipal. We're just catching up to what we did last year. There's a $50 difference.
The average tax for last year was $2,847.
So $250. So why, how did you get the average going up?
The average increase.
Yeah. Okay.
To be honest, there's gonna be a few houses that are $10,000 increase.
Well, that's different then. So last year was 2847. Okay, so and this year is basically.
Let me just do this.
Average of $100. County tax.
Well, that county tax is really the fire and the,
Oh, 115 for that.
if you guys did not know, or know it at all.
No.
Is the mill rate the same as last year?
The what?
The mill rate the same as last year?
The one that you guys said, yes. Fire, the, all that other stuff.
But education and
So we average out $50 plus 150, that's probably roughly what, and that'll vary on the value of your house.
Right. That's the problem, is the inflation is equal across the board. If it was, life would be so much easier,
yes.
but it's not.
So how much will the highest tax property in Carson County go up?
Thousands.
Oh, good question. This one, so this is, I've said this is the highest increase on my property, right here, not including Hutterites or anything like that. So it's going up $5,000. No, I shouldn't say that.
No,
Yeah, because that's a brand new build, right? Because they had a fire.
Yeah, no, you can't count that.
no,
Look at someone who's got a big stuff.
Oh, these are in order of, these are going to be our biggest.
You're down, you're blocking.
So let's go down to this one. All right. Last year they paid 14.
Yeah.
This year they're paying 18. It's 4,500.
45.
Why? That's different.
How much for sale? Go down to 3.
This one,
Yeah. Yeah.
they paid 21.
this year they're paying 24.
It's not bad. That's got that in his pocket.
So, yeah, I did.
So
Got the Hutterites on that.
what you're looking at there is a comparison of
Next year.
24 to 25.
25 to what we messed with for 26.
Yeah, okay.
I think it will.
Let me show you.
Yeah, so we'll.
Not how my
Yes. I mean, we have to catch up.
Yeah, these are the Hutterite colonies, so they're going up 34,000, 38, 51, 53, 55, basically because of the new bills.
74, 88.
Right?
90.
So that's really what's coming up. They bought more. They didn't buy land because the land's not in here. They've gone up. So when you say, how much the Hutterites are paying,
That'd be in housing or shops or whatever that.
this is their total tax residential. This is their increase on rate. So 227% for this one. Yeah, so if I go right over Southern Sky,
Yeah.
so they're building on there.
Yeah.
For Old Elm. Not much.
You built all that in the kitchen.
Yeah. But if I go back to this other one, we're just talking mill rates for a second. I've told you guys this 100 times, but historically, this leads to the municipalities, right? This is first, this Carson County. So here's Carson County, what you guys charge for your operations. 3.85, 3.85, so it was what, 4 years at that range? 4 for 3, and then you lowered it last year, 3.16. So you're trying to do your total rate though, you're at 6.8 this year, 6.7 almost here, 7.4. So you've gone down for the overall residential property. We did raise agricultural this year by 2. We lowered commercial, small business by 2. and we lowered business by 1/2. Give us the correspondence.
So on the quarter section, how much?
But I, two up in that. Right?
On a quarter section of land, how much difference did that change in the middle rate?
Oh, not very much. Let me just go back to change ag. Average land, $32. Get one up. Yeah, from 2 last year, and these numbers are on up here, 239 last year, this year, 272, so $38. Sorry, for the average value of $15,000 per quarter. We're not.
Per acre or quarter?
Per quarter. I wish it was per acre. I mean, we're sitting a value of what, $250 per acre, $350 per acre on dry land. So
Something to not be reviewed. It hasn't been reviewed in 30 years,
no, looking at it right now, we haven't been just-
maybe 40 years. I don't know.
looking at the budget,
So you provided, I gotta see if I can find, you provided some numbers on surrounding town of Carson.
if we go back to here, these are the mill rates for the surrounding areas. So this, the town of Parkston. Warner, sorry. It's Warner. 7.2 last year. We're looking at last year, we don't got these numbers. 6.3 for us. Parkston, 9.5. Graff, 10.5.
So, of our higher priced properties in Carson would be significantly more last year than ours was. What you saying?
Yeah,
Like I say, a $10 million house last year would have been 95.
so let's just say a $10 million house. Right off the back or some of those numbers are gonna be about $7,000 in Carson County. So that's way wrong. Well, 7.3 times 10 million by 5,000.
Say $1 million.
$1 million house.
2300.
And you're
That's
paying
gonna be
67.
30% higher. Well, here's the numbers right
You'd be
here.
paying,
For the average house of 500,000, let me just,
Yeah.
500, what'd you say, $1 million?
well, you just use the
I'll go 10 million. Yeah. Let's see what the. big guys are here.
So the average, the highest house,
You do the zero with it.
the biggest house in Carson County is $3 million. Well, that's 300,000, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you're gonna pay $8,000 more in Carson than you will in the county,
That's based on that.
based on last year's numbers. Well, $3 million, that's a $24,000 roughly for us.
Yeah, no.
It's probably gonna be 30, 32 for from there. You do lose some if you go into, they're gonna be $1,000 cheaper if you're in Pincher Creek. 4,000 if you're in Gold Creek. You're gonna be better off than in Smoky Lake County or Dump Fair. Two Hills, $6,000 better. Vulcan, you're gonna be under. We talked about those guys. Lethbridge County, $2,300 cheaper here. 40 Mile, $7,000. Starland County, the reason I got those two in there, they're about the same assessment value as us.
Oh, it's Warner.
Set up for value. I think the big one, Warner, was about $1,500 for last year.
Yeah.
Now, business wise, these guys are all at that 15. This year, for small business, we're gonna be at that 15.4. So we're gonna be, I left the actual commercial for the bigger firms in here, but we're gonna be right between McGrath and Carson. Carson is 14, 15. So we're gonna be right in there.
What's ours, 15?
Ours will be 15.4. Just verify that. So it's this one. So, as I said in the thing, we are small business 15.52. And commercial is just down a little 21.3. So if you had a same value building in Cardston or McGrath and here, they're cheaper to be for a small business. I think over time, it'd be nice to get this number down well, but
Be nice to compete with that.
exactly. The first 22.
Not gonna compete with Will.
The problem with Pincher Creek and Vulcan is we're sitting about 3,500 people and we're 48. And they've got 3 times the taxes.
What do we need to decide on the capital?
On capital, just go over it. You guys update all
Are you
yours?
looking at a new one or an old one? Is that
Half out of them.
that's an old one. The big one is bigger than what he's.
I'm gonna pass them out. So at the top, I shouldn't jump in here, doesn't jump in anytime you want. At the top is how we're going to pay for it. So all the capital for the public works is coming out of LGFF. So the community
Building.
should be, you got it, project pen out.
Is there an next one?
There should be one sheet.
Just down the single sheet.
Good. Okay, I think this is what Mike and Joe's prepared for us. And I added some of it just kind of make it. So, or sorry, EFF and community building. All right, I think when we took out a couple of that's further down here. The public works, bridges, roads and bridges. These are the ones we've got. Joe, these are the big ones. So they're going to be covered by the grants, but they're going to be under the LGFF and the community building. Getting down to the recreation, this is where the shooting range is going to become out of in-kind. We're just going to do the work. Don't think we have any capital into besides men's power and fuel and stuff. So we're calling everything. Dipping bad, I've got it in red because most likely not going to happen. Got someone who's saying they're going to go out and try to find some funding, so that's private. So we'll see if they ever find it.
I probably should see you email me email and send out.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But can we meet with her?
I can ask her.
I'd like to meet.
The Glenwood RV dump, where we set pulled out taxation and surplus.
I guess my question is what are we buying this or what are we doing? We always do shooting range on there.
So shooting range is on there, dipping bat is out, I took it in red.
No, I get that.
I did leave in Glenwood dump. If you guys want to take it out, you can.
I'm just saying I don't know if we have to fund it first.
But everything in here, we should be fairly close to cover. Saying that doesn't mean I pull some out of the surplus to do it. We don't know if we're going to actually do it.
Yeah.
The airport is waiting on grant funding. And if it does get grant funding, then our cost is that much, which we hope to do in time. Mountain View water project, fine, but nothing's going to happen to that.
Yeah.
We did put 180 in for the McGrath Rural project estimated. I think Joe said we've been estimated high.
Yeah.
About 120,000 we committed to, so about 180 left. Water line to Kimball, is in there, but it's not, no, kind of proceed. This is the, I guess, down to the tractor. The ASB tractor and the replacements, or the Hondas, that's already been done, but it's really that tractor of 253 that might have to come out of surplus or unaccumulated. Or that, we don't have anything to cover that besides.
Are we saying no to the drone?
Yeah, for this year.
We don't know how they work yet.
You guys missed it. They were pretty cool. But you should have done the drone. Yeah.
So really, look in that one column of public reserves. See if there's anything in that column that you think we not do. Okay, so think about that out. So it really comes down to the McGrath extension water line, John Deere replacement tractor. I think the ASB board is thinking of that. We can't sell that one tractor. It's just sitting in the yard.
And sell it.
When we put it out, a couple people know, they looked at it, they haven't put an offer in because it doesn't have any bucket out front. So it's just sitting there. So I don't know. I don't know, I think they've ordered one yet. That's the 253.
I thought we'd okayed to order it.
Yeah, probably, but not council.
I know they won't. That one working.
I hope so, because why can't we go down here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I would like to see. Maximum usage out of the equipment.
So that tractor, the one that we have there has, so you guys can answer better than sit on the ASB, had the transmission problems, I think it was. I think they fixed it, I believe, but still. There is your running equipment, tell the guy you.
Yeah,
Well,
wrong
I'm gonna
people to
say,
ask.
when I'm looking at our budget, let's run it this year. I guess if we have problems, you can always go to lease one. Tell these guys we should have.
That's my opinion too. I was hoping someone would say that. I agree with that. If it's fixed, it's fixed.
I mean, if someone would give us a good offer to buy it, then that's a different matter. They got it fixed, let's run.
Yeah, I wonder what they found, what the problem was. What is it? Is it really fixed or is it?
Mine? I mean, mine is a 2010. I don't know about the.
I have
Get across the highway to the west there and put me in the ground.
I have a 2014 and it's running fine.
How do you afford to replace them?
Okay, I'm running a 1969 John Deere.
And it's worth.
And it starts and
That's what it was when it was-
done brand new. Starts and runs better than my
Really
newer one.
speed board members to talk about this because I've not been in any of those discussions. And as much as I'd like to replace it, budget-wise, I don't know.
I know what the staff would like, and I'm giving you my opinion. You guys know I'm not opinion here. Run it, and if I guess we have some more problems, we lease one for a little bit and fix it, and
Sell it.
and then, yeah, get rid of it in the fall.
Yeah.
Probably is, yeah, for sure. I'm not saying we should get rid of it, but I'm looking at our budget, and if we're not way funded, still like we do, then let's.
Bypass it for a year.
Yeah.
Catch up this year.
That's my.
We've given him some new stuff too that I was reluctant to give as well. I mean, everything can't be brand new in my opinion. I mean,
ATVs came in about.
Pardon me?
ATV Hondas. Oh, you got one cheaper?
So-
It's one more expensive. It's 25. So I guess out of those two we had, like 5 came in.
They were 14,000 a piece roughly, right?
Yeah, I've got 23, so that's. Yeah, 12. Yeah, that's 5. That's pretty good. But I mean, it doesn't pay for a truck. I was just thinking. No.
But then we got to sell the other two and hopefully get about $10,000.
Anyway, we can fix, let's run it. Otherwise, you have a discussion later after the budget is passed. See, but let's try to run it.
it's a good discussion in the, coming up with, they want to go to next year, right? Looks like talking to Vail, Pat, if anything, will take equipment back and do a total refurb for about half the cost. Now, is that worth it or not? I don't know. That's something still have to look at.
It's something we could try.
Yeah. Maybe to refurbish both of those. And then they warrant them again.
Yeah.
See how that works. It costs you one greater than the two. That's the case. It's
The nice thing is, the older one doesn't have all the bells and whistles, which probably can last you longer.
But what we do then is, council needs to vote, not me or Joe or Mike, but if we don't do that grader or that tractor, we do what you're saying and then bring back a report on the total expenses so that we can see what it costs. I mean, it's gonna pull a mower or a mower.
Yeah.
So whatever torque there's on the mower on the side and on the PDO, but that's how you do it, I guess.
It's not.
So should we look at this page? and see,
Yeah.
are you asking about this as well? Because we've approved some of this already.
Yeah, so basically everything that you see in these black and white columns. Sorry. We're on this side, is what we're talking about approving. The red one, we're not, because we can't do that.
Yeah.
But we wanna do. And the dump and
Do we
the,
want to do that this year?
well, that's the question for you guys to, they have it on the books to do it.
That's coming out of taxation, so.
That's coming out of taxation. So that could be one we could
I
postpone.
say we postpone it, because that's not needed. And
Are they waiting on a grant money to do that?
No, I'm just, it's not.
Okay.
So,
It's not.
it's not. So let's pull that off and let's pull a truck. Is there anything else I think we'll let on, right?
Everything else is kind of standard. Everything else is kind of standard replacement, right?
Yeah.
That we shouldn't get behind on, you know?
I mean, I'm not saying we should get behind on the tractor, but let's.
I know what you're saying.
Further to our discussion earlier on that manure spreader. So we told him to sell it, right?
We didn't tell them about a new one.
So we've got the mirror spreader in there.
It's funded.
It's kind of funded through the,
ASB, yeah.
so it's in there to go ahead. I guess the board needs, are you buying the smaller one or a bigger one? I forget.
And we're gonna buy, it's pretty much the same size, but different kind.
Different,
Same kind,
different
small.
breed, different
Yeah,
maker.
that-
Yeah.
I said, let's run it 2 years. It's a money losing this.
Water line extension. How many people do we have signed up?
Six signed up with the potential of two more.
I was talking to Derek about that.
10 more, so like 4 more.
There's significant buy-in on that one, which is offsetting.
Yep.
And I hope that it would come in much less than.
But that's pretty cheap project.
Ken makes it work.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to plan for, sorry. Want to know how much prescription we have.
Yeah, we have 6 that'll pay right away, essentially 8 right away and then 2 more, I think. is down the road when we do it.
So do we need a motion on this capital?
I would like to see a motion on the budget, on the capital and on the mill rate if you have questions.
Just one, or should we do each one?
I would do each one separate if you could.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'm prepared to move capital expenditures. I'll be open up for discussion. I'm gonna amend my motion if needs to be. I want to pull out the tractor, pull out the RVD dome. I think that's ready to go. Go for us.
And this year we're even though last year we missed out on the shooting range, this year would be a go for sure.
Yes.
We'd be doing.
That's the plan, if Matt gets everything done, he'll be in the fall.
I thought last year was a go, but they never had any time to do it.
That was the problem.
Always a go.
Basketball aid kind.
So Cam, just further to your motion, the ramifications of omitting the tractor this year and buying a grader or two next year, Murray, does that complicate things? Because I would agree with Councillor Francis's motion. I just want to make sure that we're not damning ourselves next year.
We'll have some additional income next year, like I'm gonna, like $300,000 extra, just because we won't have the ERP to pay for next year. So
And here's the other thing with that extra money, that big tractor. And if we do the rebuild of 2, the price of 1, still in our budget.
Good.
Yeah, because they're demanding 2 graders next year, right?
Yeah, if we rebuild
Yeah.
2,
Yeah.
same as we always buy 1,
Yeah.
and then right in the game.
Just to be clear, we never demand. Just- More of a begging.
It's a firm ask.
Is that clear?
We run a pretty tight ship here. We really do. I mean, we have to do certain things from year to year. I don't think we're doing anything unreasonable. I think we're assessing everything properly. I don't know if you guys want to add any more comments to that,
So
but
does
I
that
think
affect our budget here? Pull that tractor?
No, not the budget. 'Cause that's a operation. This is
Okay, that's right.
any further commentary to the proposed motion?
So those that we did pull out, what really affects the budget? It's the Glenwood one?
Keep more money, won't take as much money from the surplus, which we're in a delicate position. I'm gonna say in a delicate position anyways. So I think I think your decision, I would support it. I think it's a good.
You my logic, I think they're a little light on fuel budget. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't affect the or the operation.
No,
Murray, any other
That-
commentary from administration side before we vote? Like, we're denying a significant purchase from one of your main organizations here. I mean, they just have to live with what we decide on, but.
We did not have that tractor, if it was gone, I think different, but they can operate it. It's always better, if you buy a new one or you spend the money in repairs. And you usually bought the new, so let's see what it looks like. Who knows, this year it might only cost us 10,000, that's better than
Yeah.
250.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I said it was controversial.
That's always an option.
Or come back and.
Yeah. And wait, we find a buyer and we can sell.
Any further discussion? Any further discussion? I call the question for the 2026 capital budget approval. Those in favor? Those opposed? Motion was carried. Thank you for presenting that. Any further discussion?
Yeah, just one question, because I've been hit up a few times, but I think I got the answer. Predator control, wolf, that is a line item, right? It's there every year?
Yeah.
Yep.
We like
That's
the
what I thought.
fact that that money's getting spent.
Yeah. And that's what I told him, but I wanted to make sure, and that's what I find on page 12.
And we may or may not participate in it to begin with.
Just making it clear that it's not in there.
It is that if we do get it, it'll be sold as income.
We'll make, yeah.
Hopefully it's user friendly.
Yeah. Except if they don't take it, we get it back.
Just a little clarification further on this predator control. My memory, we went to a total or a most payout of 4,800 a year, I think. Is that correct? Well, it was my memory 400 for an animal, maximum of 12, 4,800.
Yeah, but
So,
if they
but
get
it's
13,
still,
they're
they,
still paying.
they throw that 5,000 in there, so. Yeah, just minor, but yeah, just.
No, you're right.
Councillor Harris has moved approval of the budget that's before us. We have had this chance to review it over the last several weeks, with some refinements being noted today. Well, not too many refinements, just a new copy, really, is what we got.
Yeah.
Right?
This one's fine.
Tom, you have a comment for us?
I just have a comment. I mean, I struggle with the increase on the residential property because that is the main thing that I heard when I went around and talked to people before the election, was they did not want to see their residential taxes go up again this year. Effectively, they're going up again. A lot of it to do with the province, some of it to do with the county. So I don't know. And I understand the budget numbers and stuff. I just struggle with what my people told me that they did not want to see. So,
Well, to help with the struggle, Tom, we are explaining it in this handout that I think should help people understand if they take the time to read it. They're outside of the county's control, and that's what we have to tell them.
can we do the possible to show what on the higher end properties, what the municipal portion is of their total tax bill?
I think I have it.
If you just pick one of the higher ones and show what the municipal part is and.
So this would be one of the higher ones, if it's a.
I'm counting the minutes now.
Biggest three. So. Assessment on this one of 455. School rent is $1,000. Senior 71, policing 139, provincial. That's the school, I believe, is $1,300. We, the county, is receiving 1,400, 163 to fire, 118 to garbage, and for a total of $3,000.
So we take less than half, and that's what you're saying.
If we take out, we're not counting garbage and fire, yes, we take less than half. But those in there were about 60.
I mean, I agree with you, Tom, but I look at the other, like my irrigation rates and things. Problem is we don't take that much, and we get dinged by these other ones. But reality, $1,400 for what they get from the county, pretty good. It is a good deal.
So with that,
But I hate paying taxes as much as the next guy.
you know, say a
Height.
$2 million house, would the percentages stay the same?
Pretty much stay the same, just be more. Yes.
So if they're paying $12,000 in tax, just, and I know that.
And
isn't what they
realistically,
pay, but They was $12,000.
We're trying to filter any unnecessary spending, and I think the fact that we're all asking these questions,
To us for our operations.
we're chiseled some away today.
5,000 would be
You know?
us. The other stuff would go to school products, fire, garbage.
Anybody that complains,
Motion on the table, Council Harris has moved, we adopt 26 budget as presented here in this copy. Any further
Not a
discussion?
recorded vote.
A request for a recorded vote, which means on our minutes, those that oppose will be posted. Those that agree with it will also be posted by name. Those in favor? Those opposed? The motion was carried.
This is the last one, is the, I think you all got one of these sitting in front of you.
Yeah.
To try to explain what that shares the bottom.
3 readings to this.
3 readings for this.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move first reading. Since the budget is set, we gotta somehow meet it, and that would be the mill rate, so.
The numbers are filled in here in red. No, the schedule, sorry.
We're showing you in the red there, it's just where everything comes from, so either comes from the budget, from the requisitions from the school, and policing. Just so that you can see that it all balances, because we do have to send this to the province. Second page is really where your mill rates are, you're looking at on the left-hand side. That is per $1,000. So your farmland, 0.01546, like we said before. Usually you take that times the assessed value I've given you for taxes.
Councillor Harris has moved that we give first reading to this bylaw 8. That's what I meant. Who did I say? Yeah, I meant Francis. Okay, so the mill rate bylaw 875/2026. Any further discussion? Those in favor? Yes, Tom. Sorry to answer your question. If you wish for it, we'll do it.
Okay.
Those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4. Those opposed? It was carried. We can proceed if talking to Murray this morning, there is still more time to process this, but we can conclude it today if we give second reading and motion to go to third reading.
I'll move second reading.
Once again, Tom, are you requesting a recorded vote?
Yes, I am.
Any further discussion? Second reading has been proposed by Deputy Reeve Bevins. Those in favor? Carried.
Yes.
Against.
Motion to proceed to third reading has been sponsored by Councillor Francis. We need a unanimous vote on this one in order for us to proceed beyond that. Those in favor? Was carried. Carried unanimous.
Never recorded on this one.
Councillor Harris has moved third and final reading for this bylaw, which is our mill rate bylaw, effective for 2026. Anything else, Murray, you'd like to say regarding this before we vote?
No, we want to have our tax rates out by our notices by much appreciates early vote.
We appreciate her hard work on her end, which is a tremendous amount of work this time of year. Recorded vote has been requested. Those in favor? Those opposed? Motion was carried. Thank you, everyone, for all of the business we were able to take care of today. I don't see anything else on our agenda. Councillor Francis, it's 3:08. When do we meet next? 2 weeks from now? We've covered everything. If you guys will just follow up with Mr. Smith and send him that note, I think that's the last thing we got to do for today. We're adjourned.